bro. Whatever you've told me in it, I'm a rational thinking guy, and I can't come up with a point against you, bro. Like what you've told me, that is the case in Islam. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's because it's 2 a.m. that I can't think of a point against you in England, but yeah, you're right, bro. Bro, this was an amazing conversation, bro. I loved it, bro. I've not had a debate like this in God knows how long. God knows how long, bro. Made my day. It was nice talking to you, bro. It was nice talking to you.
I'm more like if there is a new disease or there is a disease that exists, I do more research on those and try to write papers or come out with tests that can be better than the previous test. I'm not sure what your background is actually or what your interest is. So there's always an improvement in the test of the disease that exists in the patients.
All
So
right.
yeah, like before 10 years might be a test that could take like 1 week to get the results. Maybe after 5 years it can take 2 days.
Mhm.
Now some tests can just take you 1 hour and you'll have the results, right? So that happened
Yeah.
because the researcher keep improving and they're keep bringing new procedure where the test can be done as quickly as possible, So that's what I do. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, bro. I've got a
Yeah.
question for you.
Yeah, tell me, man.
It's a stupid question, isn't it? It's a
Go
stupid
ahead.
question, but is a zombie apocalypse possible?
Okay, okay, let's do Bilal. My name is Atif. Okay. So
Yeah.
you ask me one question, and I'm not gonna judge you at all, okay? And
Okay.
I'll ask you one question, but you have to promise you're not going to judge me.
Okay.
Are we done with this? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
but if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
still have a change of mind, let me know now because I don't wanna start the conversation and you skip in the middle. So that's not gonna be cool, man.
Okay. Okay. I won't skip. I won't skip.
Show your face at least, man. Like I'm trying to show my face. That's gonna be have a better conversation, man.
Nah, you only get to see the top half.
Ah, man, Bilal, come on, man,
You can see
Bilal.
my nose. You can see my nose.
Okay, that's better. All right, that's cool. So you were saying, does the apocalypse is it possible? That's what your question is?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So the thing about zombie apocalypse, I read about it, and a zombie apocalypse cannot be possible the way it is actually being portrayed in the films. Like people, like the viruses can able to overtake the human minds and they could able to control them. That's not going to happen. But yes, the apocalypse can happen and it will happen in the future. That will happen in the sense of like there will be a lot of viruses will be in the environment, such as the COVID is a very good example. So
Mm.
so there are going to be tons of viruses out there, which we will have no cure for it. So things will become like very complicated. So you have to be clean. Your house has to be disinfected. Like it's going to be very, severe. So it's gonna
Yeah.
apocalypse gonna happen that way. And like if you don't gonna take precaution, people will be keep dying and keep dying, and that's how we're gonna lose the population at the end. So apocalypse gonna happen in that way. It's not gonna happen the way the film actually trying to show zombie apocalypse. It's not gonna happen like that. Yeah.
I'll basically I was talking to a friend and zombie ants.
Zombians?
Zombie ants. Zombie ants. You know the ants.
What is that?
Basically, it's a type of ants called zombie ants, or it might
Okay.
be a disease that runs in ants, but it takes over the ant's brain or whatever, and then ants eat ants. The ants end up eating their own kind. They're called zombie ants. And then my friend was like, maybe in the future there might be a disease that takes up or takes control over the human brain, and then
That's stupid. That is stupid.
he was comparing it with zombie ants.
So there might be many things out there in the nature that cannot be possible, such as have you read about amoeba? Do you know what is amoeba?
Nah.
So amoeba is kind of a bacteria or microbes that actually reproduces itself. So it doesn't require female or male. It just reproduces itself. So it
Oh
get
yeah,
expanded. So from that example, what your friend is trying to say, in the future, I can able to produce a human from myself. I don't require any other partner. That's stupid.
Virgin Mary.
So I mean, just because things happening in the nature different than what we imagine, it's not gonna happen the same thing with humans. It's not possible. Yeah, I know there are ways where a human can be formed, but still, you need to have a proper female stomach needs to be formed in the lab. So you still requires a female womb. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? To
yeah, I
actually
hear you.
form a
I hear
baby.
you.
Like you could extract sperm from a guy, but still you need to put in the lab, and you have to get the exact environment that you get in the woman's womb. So that concept is totally insane. What about the snake concept? Have you heard about this? Like the snake end up eating itself when it get hungry or something?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Where
Right?
it leaves its
So
shell
you think
behind,
humans
right?
gonna do the same shit?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
That's
you.
stupid.
I hear you.
That is stupid. Yeah, man.
All right. What was your question, bro?
Okay.
Or what?
So my question was, so I'm an Islamic scholar myself, okay? I I'm a Hafiz as well, so I studied Quran for the past 14 years, and so I have a very good knowledge about Islam and all. But still, when I read Islam in a more depth manner, and no matter how many other references I try to read, there are always some of the thing that doesn't add up, and it always trying to raise even more question. So the one thing that I always come across that why there is a gender inequality in Islam, like the men and the women are not being treated equally, and that's kind of fucked up. And every time I try to think about it, I just can't find a better answer to that. Because I read many references, many hadiths, many Maulana, Imam scholars' speeches, but it
Yeah,
never adds up because you can't defend that because Islam itself if you read about the Islam always portray as a male as a guardian of the family. Female is never considered as a guardian of the family.
yeah,
If you read
yeah.
about it. So why is that thing? Because that is totally unjustified and not equal, and if they're not giving equal respect to both male and female,
Nah,
even
there's
though,
respect. Nah, that there's respect. There's equal respect. Because you obviously you're a Hafiz. You know more than me,
right,
and I don't want to sound arrogant or whatever. But
right,
what I'm saying, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he did respect women and men equally, right?
mm-hmm.
But God created everyone the same, but he created men differently to women in the sense of men being more powerful. He did do that because
So
even scientifically, men have more muscle, men have more like do you know where I'm getting from, where I'm coming from?
yeah. So you agree with me that men and women are not equal according to Islam, or you think is equal,
They are treated equally,
but they're
everything
not
is
equal.
equally, but they're not less, but I just believe that they have different roles.
I get it. They
God
have a
created
different
them to
role.
have different roles.
They're not built equally, but are or does Islam give them equal rights? I'm talking about equal rights. I'm not talking about how they're built. Like does Islam
Rights.
gives them equal rights?
I guess so. They do. I don't. That's a hard question, bro. That is
Exactly.
actually a hard
Like
question.
the claim that you're giving is like they're built differently, but the respect is given equally, they're treated equally. I get that. But I'm not talking about how people treat male and female. But I'm just asking that does Islam gives equal right to male and female? I'm talking about Islam. I'm not talking about how the Ummah or how the Muslim people treat them. That's a whole different story, but when I read about Islam in respect to gender equality, I don't see it there. Yeah.
Give me an example of where they don't have equal rights.
Okay, I can give you tons of example, but you have to agree with me on that. Or if you don't agree, you could just give me a revert back example that why you think
Counter,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So the first thing I will give you is that in Islam, a man is allowed to marry four times, but a female does not allowed to marry four times. She could only marry one guy, and that's it. And if she get divorced, she could go ahead and marry somebody else. But she's
okay,
only
yeah,
limited to marry one person, where on the other hand, a man can marry four times. You know? So that is the first thing that actually tells that male and females are not equal in according to Islam, uh, in terms of marrying the person. So and this is a Sharia law. This is Islam. It's not like I'm making this myself. And you could agree on this as well. Am I right?
yeah. Bro, I'm open-minded. I see where you're coming from.
But you agree on this, right? I didn't made up anything.
The four wives, yeah, yeah, the four wives thing. Why women can't
Yeah,
have four wives?
yeah, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. Here's the
But
set.
but the reason I think Allah said that men can have four wives but women can't, maybe because the guy is the provider, and in Islam, women aren't seemed to be the providers. So a woman with four husbands, the woman isn't gonna provide for the four
Okay.
husbands,
I agree,
but the
Bilal.
male, is,
I agree. But here
yeah.
here is a question. Here is a question for you. Again, what you give the statement, it actually proves that male and females are not equal according to Islam, because the male is considered to be a guardian and the provider, where female does not consider to be a guardian or the provider. So that actually itself a gender inequality itself. What about what if there's no father, or the father passed away, the female is working, she's actually a provider for the family. Like in my case, my father passed away, and my mother has been the provider for the family for the very long time. And I believe in today's time, most of the female who doesn't have a husband or they get divorced, they are the provider. So that actually failed. That philosophy failed right there. So you get what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
might have seen that in Britain as well. So so that thing doesn't
Mm.
add up. That thing itself, it's not equality there, because the male is considered as a guardian and the provider, not the female. So
Have you
that
spoken
itself.
to Mola? Have you? Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I understand where you're coming from. But have you spoken to your Molana about this?
Yeah, I was speaking to Maulana, and they always
Have
see
you
the
had the
pro.
debate?
Yeah, go ahead. What are you saying?
Have you had a debate with them?
I had a debate with them. I had a conversation with them. I had everything with them. But the problem is, how can I say? So if one of your friend, he loves vanilla ice cream and the other guy loves chocolate ice cream. So can you convince your the friend to eat vanilla who just love chocolate and hate all the ice cream? You can't change his mind. So that's the problem. So when going and discussing with Maulana and Imam, it's like you are going to an individual who already have one set of a mindset. So they will not going to listen, and they will not going to give a proper kind of like suggestion on why this thing is like that. So what I have mentioned, like of marrying four wives, and then as the male being a guardian, these are the things already mentioned in the Quran. It's not like um I have made up myself or anybody else has made up myself. So these are things exist, and there are many that I can go on, and you cannot deny the fact because I am actually saying it from the Quran itself. And there's a third one which I will tell you that is, uh, Islam allows a Muslim man to go and marry the woman of Ahl Kitab. You know what is the meaning of Ahl Kitab?
Ahl Kitab,
So
no.
Ahl
Oh
Kitab,
yeah. So the four is it the four books?
yeah, right, before the Quran.
Yeah. So Islam allows the guy to marry.
Yeah. So Islam
Okay.
allows a Muslim guy, a Muslim man, to marry the woman of Ahl Kitab, which is the book. revelation which came before Quran, which is Torah, Zabur, Injil, and one more. I'm not sure what's the
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
can marry those women without converting them. But Islam doesn't give the same rights to a woman that a Muslim woman can go and marry the men of Ahl Kitab. So why is that
That's
so? So that
because
is
the kids,
literally
because the children that are born, they
so
follow the
that
dad.
that is given on the sense of purpose that if they will marry, the children will be Muslim itself, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
more related to a religious perspective rather than giving equality. So I'm not talking about what's the children gonna be like, but I'm talking about the equality in the sense of equality. So there is no equality in that sense as well. Okay? So all these points are valid till now. You could go ahead, check, verify yourself, and you could do
bro,
your
you're
own
Muslim
research.
innit? You're Muslim innit? You are Muslim,
Yeah, I'm Muslim.
like, and you're proud of it, bro.
What?
You're proud of it, innit?
I am proud of it, but the thing is, I have to disagree where the things doesn't add up, you know? Like I can't just go and follow blindly anything. I have to um say it and come to a conclusion when things doesn't add up. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So if the
yeah, yeah,
Islam
yeah.
has like four things doesn't add up, I will say it openly. And six things that does make sense, I will say it openly. I don't have any problem with that. But if somebody will come and say, no, say everything in Islam is right, I mean, that's not gonna happen, you know? That's literally bullshit. So,
Bro, there must be a
that's
reason. There must be a reason, bro. Because Islam is the perfect religion. There must be a reason. There must be someone out there with an answer, bro. I'm telling you.
no, but what do you think, Bilal? What do you think from your human intellect as a normal human being? What do you think on this? Like,
I
if
just,
this is the reason,
bro, I agree with you. I agree with you. Like women, they're probably not treated equally, but like, in my head, in it, I'm like, Allah made everyone for a purpose. Like, He did create women and men differently, and He gave women more different roles. And women are more emotionally vulnerable. They seem to be like more caring than men.
right?
The more like there must be a reason, bro.
No, no, I get that. But what do you, Bilal, what you're saying is that they have a different role. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about definitely they have a different role, but I'm talking about in sense of equality. And that's why I'm trying to pull you back again. Like when we're talking about it, we're talking in sense of equality. Even though one last point I want to mention you that as well, and these are like a simple thing that mentioned in the Quran, you could also go research that if the father has a property and he passed away or he died or he want to give away his property to his his
Children,
kids,
yeah, 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 yeah.
so the son will get 70 to 77% of the property and the daughter will get 33% of the property, not the 50-50. And that's the Sharia law. You could go and search on this. Does
Yeah.
Islam doesn't give equal rights property to a male and or to a daughter and son. So
But is the Sharia law still being followed?
it's a
There's
Sharia law.
certain,
If any
there's
country has a
certain,
Sharia law, it has to be followed. Yes.
no, but some of the rules in Sharia law are like the woman has to be stoned to death if she commits adultery, or even a male.
And it is
That's part of
still
the Sharia
followed
law.
in Iran, Iraq. Have you read the news? I
Is
read
that
many
still
news.
followed? Do people still get stoned?
Yes.
Oh, I thought like it adapted. I thought the Sharia law adapted.
Yes, they still get stoned. And if somebody do certain thing, their hands will be chopped off. Don't you know about Saudi Arabia? Like if you do
Yeah, I
something,
know
your
that.
head will be
Yeah, yeah,
chopped off, and it still
yeah, yeah.
happens. So they are still practicing those things. What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought the Sharia law um wasn't being followed anymore. I thought certain stuff, like certain stuff in the Sharia law wasn't being followed, like the stoning to death.
It it is still being practiced, and on top of that, even Afghanistan came up Taliban, and they're also trying to implement like a strict Sharia law like what is used to be done back in Prophet Muhammad time, and they're trying to bring that as well, where they're saying that they will not going to give women rights of studying or the practice of work, you know. because that's what Islam is, and that's what Taliban said, and that's where the other countries are objecting, like, no, we will not going to help you unless you give them equal opportunity and equal rights. And they're saying, listen, we can do anything, but we cannot go against Islam, and Islam doesn't give them rights, so how can we do it? You know
Do you believe in that? Do you believe in that?
what?
Do you believe in the Sharia law?
Every Muslim needs to believe in Sharia law. What are you talking about?
So if someone commits some adultery, do you think they should be stoned to death?
If you're a Muslim and you believe as a Sharia law, then definitely they should be stoned to death. As per the Sharia law, I'm not saying this is my point of view. My point of view is
Yeah.
totally different. You know, if
But in
somebody do adultery, that is their choice. You don't have to go and kill them. You know, that is like if both of them having their consent, they could do whatever the hell they want. Like I don't care. Like, what does Bilal does in his personal life with any woman? That's not my choice. He can do whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I hear that. I get you. But cause I don't understand. Cause in the Quran it says Allah is the most forgiving. He's Al Rahman. He's the most merciful. So why the stoning to death?
That is okay. That's a very good point you raised. So I made clear like how male and females are not equal in Islam, and I have given you
Yeah,
a very solid point. Let's go to a
yeah.
different topic, and the topic is the contradiction. So in the Quran itself, there's always and there's a lot of contradiction, which nobody want to talk about. So every time you start reading Quran, you have to read two things: "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim" and "Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim." What is the Bismillah Rahman Rahim? Read in the name of Allah who is most merciful, right?
Yes.
And then later in the Quran, he said that if you don't pray namaz, if you don't do this, he's going to burn you in hell, and he will kill you, burn you, boil you. So this is actually contradicting. Like you cannot be merciful and then you kill somebody inhumanely till eternity. So where does your mercy gone? You know what I'm saying? So it's contradicting.
Mm,
So there.
yeah, I hear that. I hear that. But yeah, there's so many contradictions in the Quran. But as Muslims, what are we supposed to do? We can't do anything, can we? What are we
No,
supposed to
so
believe?
as a Muslim, so what did the Christian did? So there are many things mentioned in the Bible that cannot be done in today's time, and that's what the Christian people did. Christian Jewish people like they only followed what is good for the today's time, and what doesn't add up, they didn't follow. And they're literally, doing well in their countries. Look at all the developed countries. It's run by ruled by Christian Jews. And all the
Mm.
country that is run by Muslim and in the Islamic Sharia law is all doomed. It's all fucked up. You could take a look at it.
Does Dubai follow the Sharia law?
What?
Does Dubai follow the Sharia law?
No, Dubai doesn't follow the Sharia law. That's the thing. Because Dubai is the
Yeah,
only
and
nation.
now let me just add something. You know, one of the signs in Judgment Day,
What?
one of the signs of Judgment Day,
One of the sign of Judgment
Judgment
Day?
Day,
Okay.
is that countries will no build people will be competing in making the big tallest buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and these countries are mainly the countries that are not Muslim, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, no, I know. Sign of the Judgment Day is like there are going to be a tall buildings, taller than that it will touch the cloud itself, and etc. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So those are the different, to be honest, those are a different topic that I don't want to go talk about it now. But the thing, what I'm
These all
saying that,
topics. These all of these topics link together.
yeah, they are linked together. But what I'm saying that there's a contradiction in Quran itself. Like Allah cannot be merciful and then He kill and torture people inhumanely till eternity. That is insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're
So
saying.
that doesn't add up.
But
That doesn't add
as
up.
a Muslim, as a Muslim, what do you believe? Like, what do you think of that? What do you think of the contradictions in the
So as a
Quran?
Muslim,
But
what I think, I just feel that there is Allah out there. Definitely there is Allah, and He is most loving, most merciful, but He is not what people are trying to. convey them. Like, okay, let me tell you, I'm a psychologist as well. Okay, so if you read Quran, right?
Yeah.
So you will notice one thing that the way that Quran try to portrays the emotions, it more feel like a human emotions behavior rather than a God behavior. You understand what I'm saying? A human behavior is somebody who is happy and suddenly get angry, you know? And sometimes he get jealous, sometimes he get upset, sometimes he's very angry. That's a human behavior. That's not a God behavior. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you read Quran, that's what I said, that Allah in one of the phrases he said that he does not require, like even if a single person doesn't pray in on earth, it's not gonna lower his like honor. That is one of the ayah mentioned in the Quran. I don't remember. He said that even if one person doesn't pray on earth, it's not going to lower his honor because there are multiple angels, jinn, farishta, angel. They're praying all the time,
Oh,
right? But in the
yeah.
next phrase, he said that if you're not going to pray, I will burn you in hell. So you just said that if even a single person will not going to pray, it doesn't bother you. Then again, you said that you're going to burn person in hell if you're not going to pray. So that's again a contradiction.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I agree. I agree.
So it's like I'm saying to Bilal, Bilal, this is wrong, but I will follow it because I'm a good Muslim. It's like, like that's a human nature. It's a human nature. That's how human behaves. That's not how
So,
God behaves.
so you were saying the Quran, the way it's written, is written in a human.
In a very
n-
humanly behavior, like if you read it, it's a very, and here's the thing, if you read Quran, Quran is very male centric. Male centric. If you read Quran and Hadith, you will observe one thing a lot, and that is how much it favor male over female. And I can give you tons of example from Hadith and Quran, and you could go and check and verify it if you think I'm wrong. I'm not. As I said in the beginning, don't judge me at all. I'm not saying a single word from my own mouth. Oh,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying anything,
I know.
Allah will burn me in hell. I don't care. But
Yeah,
everything I'm saying is from the Quran or Hadith, you
yeah,
know? And if you read
yeah.
Quran itself and the Hadith, it's more like it's male centric. Like male will be the guardian, male will get four wives, male has the right to divorce, female doesn't have a right to divorce. Oh, you know this as well? Oh, that can also be included in the male and female equality. Male can divorce a female, but a female cannot divorce a male. Do you know this?
There must be something that contradicts that.
What?
There must be something that contradicts that.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
There must be something in the Quran that says women, if something happens in a relationship, the women has the right to divorce the man.
No.
There must be something, bro.
No, no, no. A female does not have a right to divorce. She has a right to request her husband to give her a divorce. That's called khula. Khula is the Arabic word. Khula. You could go and read about it. So, have you ever seen a woman that is stand up and say to her husband, talaq, talaq, talaq? That's never happened. That's only done by a male to a female. A female can do khula. Khula means a consent. She has to request her husband and she has to say to her husband, hey, listen, I don't think so our marriage are working out. It's better if you can divorce me. And if he agrees to that, then they both can get divorced. But if he doesn't agree, she has to stay still with him. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, there's only one man that will have the answer to this, bro. You know who Muhammad Hijab is? You know who Muhammad Hijab is?
Hijabi? Who is this?
Muhammad Hijab.
Hijab. I have no idea.
Google him, bro.
I like Mufti Menk. I like him a lot. I
Do you know Jordan Peterson?
Muhammad Hijabi.
No, no, just Hijab, just Hijab.
Oh, this guy, Muhammad Hijab, this guy?
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He had a debate. He had a debate with Jordan Peterson over just Quran in Islam. I've not watched it, but he had a debate over Islam.
Mm.
Jordan Peterson is considered the one of the most best inspirational talkers or logical
Oh,
thinkers
wow.
or whatever. I
Okay.
don't know.
But Bilal, what I'm saying, think about it. if you go to any of the scholars, see, that's a problem. That's the biggest problem where I see Muslim people ends
No,
up.
bro, this guy is email him, bro.
No, no, I'm gonna email him. But what I'm asking you is like the biggest problem in the Islamic community is like they don't read themselves. And that's the biggest problem. I'm the Islamic scholar myself. I don't have to go to anyone. I studied Islam for the past 14, 15 years and I'm still doing it, you know? But what I'm saying is like when you go to a scholars or somebody, they will always back those statements because, like uh
Bro,
they
the
will.
the
They
scholars
will gonna
the
back
scholars
those statements.
the scholars that you go to, are they like modern? Like, are they recent? Like, from, or are they like the older people? You know what I mean?
No, it's not about recent or modern. It's about you have to go to a scholar who read more of the Hadith, Hanafi, and all the other stuff. You have to go to those
No, because
scholars.
some of them aren't open-minded, and those tend to be the
Yeah, but if
older
the
ones.
Islam says something needs to be done, I cannot be an open-minded and say, okay, that should not be done, even though Islam does allow it. I mean, then it's gonna go against Islam. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the
I know
person
what you.
has to say what does Islam said. He cannot be so there is no concept of open-minded or closed-minded. You will only give answer what does Islam says in a way. That's it. Even if you're open-minded, you still have to say what Allah and Prophet Muhammad has actually said in his life. So you cannot just so there is no concept of open or closed-minded. That's what I
So
think it's called.
so there's so basically you're saying in Islam women are treated differently, and that's it. That's the end of it.
Yeah, that's the end of it, and I can give you even more example. Okay, let me ask you a few things. Okay, when the male died, when the man died, and he is a good person, if he go to heaven, how many hur he will get?
I don't know.
He will get 72 hur. Hur are like an angel that he could do anything with them. He could love them, like have a relationship with them and do anything. He owns them. He could do anything. But how many hur or a male hur will female get? None, none, even zero. She will not gonna get anything. So that's the thing. And here's the thing. In Islam, Allah says that a good Muslim is the one who actually prays, take care of his family and everything. He's a good person. And who is a good female? And the female is the one who actually, obliged and obeyed her husband. That's a good Muslim. And you could go read about it. A good
Hmm.
Muslim woman is the one who pray, who take care of the family, plus, and I'm saying in the important, in a section that is somebody who actually take care of her husband in every possible way. And that does not say the same thing to a male. It never said that. Is the Muslim man is the one best who take care of his wife. It's never said that in anywhere. You could go and read about it, and you will have more understanding. And I want you to read yourself. Read yourself. Um, if I'm saying 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and the book also said 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and if you go to a scholar, he will definitely make you understand. No, 2 plus 2 is equal to 5.
Oh God.
Um,
What does Google say? What does Google say about this topic?
about what?
About women being treated differently. There's no equality in Islam. What does Google say? You've
So
done your research.
listen, that's what I said. I said in the beginning as well, if you read the Quran and Hadith, they are very male centric. And I have given you all the examples, and they are coming out from Quran, Hadith, Sharia law itself. So and it cannot so that's what I said. It's a very human nature to, like portray himself as superior than other, because a God will never going to treat somebody superior. Because for a God, for Allah, everyone is equal. He doesn't care
Yeah.
about male or female. He doesn't care about gender. He doesn't care about child, or he doesn't care about anything. But when it comes to a human, that's a human nature that I will say that no, I'm superior to Bilal, and Bilal is, like lower than me. That's a human
Mm.
nature. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying believe what I'm saying. I'm saying go read the Quran and the Hadith, and you will find yourself. And I'm being very honest, you will be amazed. You will be very amazed. Don't listen to any scholar. Go read the books, go read the Quran translation, go read the Hadith, and you will be more amazed to learn a lot of things, man.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 28.
28. You do not look 28. You
I'm
look
28,
younger.
man. I'm 28.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married, man. I'm not married yet. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, I'll
One
get
day.
married as soon as possible, man. But yeah, like, these are the things that actually, like it just uh, it just makes you questions even more. And there are some of the things, and you said that a male can be a provider. Not you said it, that's what Islam said. The male always
Yeah.
going to be a provider, not the female. But I can literally, disapprove this philosophy and concept. Who was the first wife of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him?
Don't want to get this wrong, bro. I don't know.
Khadija.
Khadija, okay.
And
Sorry,
who
my
was
bad.
Khadija? She was a businesswoman in the Makkah.
Was she?
She was the richest businesswoman. She was richer than anybody. And Prophet
Mm,
Muhammad was not that rich enough. He used to work under her. So she is actually a provider.
yeah.
She is the richest businesswoman in the Arab. And it also said that the reason why Khadija married Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, because he was very honest in the work. He never steal anything. He never did anything wrong. And that's what impresses her. And she literally proposed Prophet Muhammad that I would like to marry you. Will you be marrying me? And that's what happened. And she was a businesswoman. She was a very rich woman. So she's a provider. And that's a
Mm,
very big example I could give.
mm.
So yeah, man. So that's the thing.
Get you, bro. That is mental.
What?
I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot today.
Yeah, man. Um, let me tell you one thing as well. Okay, so if there is a new law that comes in Britain that says that everyone will allowed to marry one woman, okay, and the person who actually implemented this law has four wives or three wives, so is it justifiable for a person to bring the law for the citizen that who itself doesn't follow that law? Do you think is it okay?
What perspective am I looking at? Am I looking at this from a religious perspective?
No, you're looking at the citizen perspective. Like, should the law creator should also follow the law, or only the citizens should need to follow the law,
The the creator should follow the law too,
right?
because
Exactly,
because he's the same as me.
right?
You get me?
Yeah, we all are
Yeah.
human, and that will set a good example. Like how we said that before we preach to somebody, we need to practice ourselves first. So before we can
Yeah.
preach, right? And
Yeah.
in Islam, it's also said the best example you can be is you yourself. So you have to be a better Muslim for others to see you as a good example, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So in Islam, Prophet Muhammad said that you can go and marry four wives, but he himself married 11 wives.
Oh.
So he created and made the law for the Muslim, but he didn't follow himself.
Well, is the four wives? Where does it say? Does it say in the Quran that we can have four wives?
What?
Does it say in the Quran that we can have four wives, or is it a hadith?
It is in Quran and Hadith as well. It is in Quran and Hadith. Okay, you know
Did
what's the worst
did the
thing?
Quran did the Quran get revealed to Prophet Muhammad after he married the four wives?
No, no, no,
I mean
no,
11.
no,
I mean
no,
the
no, no.
11 wives.
So, so let me tell you one thing. Uh, what I wanted to say, I forgot. Oh yeah, you know what's the worst thing, Bilal? The worst thing is that Why the male and females are not treated equal? Let me tell you that. If I'm married to a wife and she's my first wife, and I want to go and marry the second wife, I do not require to take permission from my first wife, even if she disagree with my marriage and she's against this marriage. Her consent doesn't matter. But if I take her consent out of respect, that's my humility. But Islam does clearly mention that a husband does not require consent from his wife, even if she disagree. If you can treat them both equally, financially, lovingly, you could just go and marry. You do not require. So that's even more fucked up.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what to say.
Don't worry,
I
man. Go, read yourself. That's gonna, yeah.
But do you think it's wrong that women are not treated equally in
And
Islam?
it's wrong to cause it's wrong. It's wrong
Because
because
I feel like it's wrong to a certain extent.
to be honest, I always wanna have a daughter in my life, and I don't see my daughter in any of this situation, you know? See, the thing is, all these laws and the concept in Islam is only good as long as you see it happening to other people. The moment it start happening to you, you're not gonna see it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see my daughter or somebody or any member in my family to go through any of these stages, that could put them in the wrong way. And that's what I think it's not okay at all. Um, and that's why, man. I mean, that's what I said. I mean, these are the things that I read and just it's very. Yeah, I mean there is no you cannot bring any reference that could defend such. Oh, you know this in back days. Okay, I'll tell you two things, three things that's gonna blow your mind, and
Go on.
I'm gonna leave you with that question, and you could just do your research. Tell me, can anything happen without Allah's permission?
No,
No, right? Nothing can happen
no.
without Allah's permission. Have you read the story of Adam and Eve, Adam alayhi salam and Hawa alayhi salam, Hawa radiallahu anha? Have you read their
Yeah,
story, Adam and Eve? Like when they
yeah,
were in heaven, before they were in heaven, Allah has discarded the shaitan from the heaven and he cannot enter. But but he is still, when Adam and Eve was in heaven, still shaitan was able to enter in heaven and he misguided the Adam and Eve and influences them to end up eating the things that Allah has told them not to eat. And
yeah.
due to that reason, Allah has to throw Adam and Eve into the earth where the civilization can begin. So my question is, does if everything happened with the consent of Allah, why was Shaitan was able to enter in heaven even though he was discarded from the heaven and he can never be able to enter, but he still was able to enter? It means it happened even though Allah was not willing that to happen. And second,
Uh,
even when Allah wanted Adam and Eve not to eat that, it still happened. So it means these two were out of Allah's authority and power. That's my question. And I'm still looking for the answer, but you could also look the answer as well.
yeah, that's mind blowing, bro. Human instinct, bro. Human instinct. So, um, I don't know what to say, bro.
Yeah, man. Uh, yeah, that's so you could always think about this and you'd be like, okay, what's going on? Okay, second thing. In Islam, when I used to read Quran, it always says that a man can have a physical relation with his wife during Ramadan and his right hand possesses. So when I was young, I had no idea what is the meaning of right hand possesses. So when I actually did more research, I get to know that right hand possesses means a captives or a slave. So when the Sahaba and people Prophet they used to go in the war, they used to capture their women and they used to if they converted to Islam, they're allowed to have the freedom. They could enjoy the life. But if they don't convert to Islam, they will treat it as captive and slave. So you could have sex with them and the captives that you have captured during the war. And if you think I'm lying, you could go and research that. And that's
I've
why there
seen
are
that. I've read that before.
what?
I've read that before. I've read it.
Yeah. So many Sahaba used to have captive slave. So even though if they don't want to have sex with them, they still have to. They still have to. And I'll give you one of the example. And the example is in one of the war, it's a Bani Mulki something, one of the war where they went and Prophet the Sahaba was in desire of having a sex or you could say intercourse or physical relation, and they were discussing about that we are very far from our wives are not here, so we are in need of our physical needs, so like sexual needs, and we're not able to
Yeah.
do it. So they went ahead and discussed with Prophet Muhammad, like, can we go and have a physical relation with captives or locals and can perform coitus interruptus. And what is the meaning of coitus interruptus? Is like, do you know what is the meaning of coitus interruptus?
No.
So the meaning of coitus interruptus is like you have a sex with the woman, but the moment you are about to ejaculate, you will have your male organs out from the female so she doesn't become pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So
All
that
right.
way you could have sex with her, but you were not going to make her pregnant. So the Sahaba went to Prophet Muhammad and said that, can we do this by performing coitus interruptus? So you know what Prophet said? Prophet said that you could go ahead and do it, but you don't need to do coitus interruptus. You could still go and like it's like you don't have
Yeah.
to take your male organs out and ejaculate outside. You could just do it inside. And he said that whoever has to come into the existence, even though it's your illegitimate child, it will come by the grace of Allah. So that actually is there, and you could go and read it. What is coitus interruptus as per Islam and Hadith? You will get tons of Hadith, Sahih Islam, Sahih Bukhari, that gonna blow your mind.
That contradicts everything. That contradicts the fact that the Sharia law says you need to stone men if they commit adultery, because that is a form of adultery.
And now I'm coming to a third point that is called nikah muta, nikah muta. So you already know what is the meaning of nikah. Nikah is like getting married, right? So there,
Nikah muta is Shia,
no, no,
isn't
no,
it?
it's not Shia. I'm gonna tell you that you could go. That's a.
Oh yeah. Before you go into it, are you Sunni Shia or?
I'm a Sunni Sayyid. I'm not Shia.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not Shia. I'm Sunni Sayyid. So, okay. So, Nikaya Muta is not the concept of Shia. That's the way they're trying to portray that. But you could do your own research. What is a Nikaya Muta? And Nikaya Muta is still practiced. So, Nikah muta means a marriage that is done on the purpose of pleasure or a temporary marriage or a marriage that is done for a short period of time. So why did this came? So when the Sahaba and the Prophet used to go in wars, so the Sahaba was not able to have the sexual needs, so they cannot just go and have sex with the normal people. So they came up with the concept called temporary marriage, which is called nikah muta. You could go and research
Yeah,
this, and they
yeah,
used
yeah,
to go
yeah.
to the locals and marry them, and by saying that, hey, listen, I'm gonna marry you in the morning and I will divorce you after 2 days when the war is over, and we will not gonna have any kind of relation. And during this period, if you get birth, that child gonna it's not gonna be my child. So that is called a
Mm.
temporary marriage, and that's why it happened. So when the Sahaba used to go in war, they just used to get to the locals female, and they could have the like temporary marriage, and that is a next level fucked up.
You can't even do that nowadays.
Is it still done? What are you talking about?
Okay, can you do that in the US?
No, no, no. If you don't know, research this. Sheikh traveling in Pakistan and other part of the country, Bangladesh. You know
Yeah.
what the Sheikh does? I don't know, man. You're so young. The Sheikh people from the Saudi, Dubai, and other people, the rich Sheikh, they actually travel to the poor country like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, etc. and they marry young girls or like a female for a temporary purpose. Like they marry in the morning, they have all the physical and the sexual needs, and they divorce her at night. Is I would say it is actually a prostitution in the legal Islamic manner, where you're not, being
That's fucked up. That is fucked up. The
go and
sheikhs are
research
taking
this.
advantage. They're taking advantage.
Yeah, they are taking advantage. They are just practicing. They are doing like nikah muta. They're just going marrying a woman in the morning and they're divorcing at night. That's it. And they are literally running a brothel of prostitution in the name of Islam. You can do research on this.
You know what? On top of this, on top of all of this you've told me, Allah's also given humans a brain, consciousness. Like we know what's right and what's wrong.
But it still is being
Any alright human being would know that it's wrong. You understand? You like they would know it's wrong. So fair enough. In the old days, like back in time, Prophet Muhammad's times, like I can see why it was a thing. But nowadays, like it's not like the Sheikh was going to war. He just
Yeah.
went to travel into a different country. Like, you know what I mean,
Yeah. But that's the three thing I told you, and you could just go ahead with your open mind and do your own research, and
bro?
you'll be like,
You should
what the
make a
fuck?
you should make a TikTok, bro. You should make a TikTok or a YouTube channel or something and discuss this matter, bro. And make sure you email Mohammed Hijab, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna email him. I'm gonna definitely email him as well. But what I said to you, all this is like these are the things that people don't want to discuss and talk about. They always want to sugarcoat the good things, and they're gonna portray those things in the good images, but they will never gonna talk about on these kind of issues that actually is kind of damaging the whole purpose and the root cause of Islam. So go
Yes,
read about this and read about this also. Banu Kurzaya tribe. You read about this, it's gonna blow your mind. Banu Kurzaya tribe, it's gonna blow your freaking mind, and you'll be like, what the fuck?
Banu Marziya.
Kurzaya, Banu Kurzaya tribe, and just read like why, how she was and how she and her tribe was treated during Prophet Muhammad time. You know what happened when this tribe was actually captured by the Sahaba and Prophet Muhammad? Prophet Muhammad was taking a bath, and it's mentioned in the Sahih Bukhari and Hadith that a Jibreel came and he said that, why have you lowered your sword? Go pick up your sword and kill all the men in that tribe. And Prophet Muhammad got up, he took his sword, and he went to the tribe, and he said that all those people who have a hair, an armpit, behead them. And like most of the males, they start getting armpit and beard during 13, 14 years old. I mean, when the people are still young, they get those. And you won't believe they beheaded more than 10 to 40,000 people on that day, including all the childrens and everything. That's happened in the Banu Kurzaya tribe. Read that. It's gonna blow your
What
fucking
was the
mind.
reason? What was the reason? What was the reason though? There must be a reason.
Okay, I get that. There can be any reason, but kill those people who are involved. But what will you get by killing 12, 13 years old kid? Can there be any reason to justify that? A killing kids, an innocent kid who have no idea, just because they have some hair in their armpit and that tell them that they're mature enough to be beheaded. Go read that Banu Qurayza tribe. Don't ask anyone, just go read
I've got it
yourself.
saved. I've got it saved. I've got it saved. I saved it in my notes.
I'm like, kill those who are involved in that. Like, kill the older people or the men who are involved in that. But killing 12 years old, 13 years old, and I'll give you, maybe there might be some kid who might be 9 years old and have a hair in the armpit or in beard. Why? Because when Aisha radiallahu anha married the Prophet Muhammad, and every scholar did mention that she was already reached puberty at 9 years old, so their marriage was actually legal and allowed, right? So it means there might be some kid in that tribe who might be a cross puberty after 8 years old or 9 years old. So even
Yeah,
such young kids was beheaded. So and you know all of their women, when the men got killed, they were kept as a captives, and they were sold, and they were like,
that is fucked up, man.
yeah, man. I mean, read this and you're gonna love it, man. But
Bro,
anyway,
you're an intelligent guy, bro. Like you're a smart guy. From this debate, you're a smart guy, bro. The
thank you,
only
man.
person I can compare you with is that Mohammed hijab guy, bro. Like I want to see you have a debate with him. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
man,
saying,
inshallah. Definitely. If I ever get the opportunity and he respond to my email back, definitely I'll go and have a debate with him. Um, and let's hope that he come up with the answer to that, what exactly I'm looking for. And yeah, man, I think that's gonna be an amazing kind of debate as well. I mean, um, let's see where it's gonna happen. But anyway, what do you think about all the things that I have discussed with you so far? What do you think about it? What's your perspective?
bro. Whatever you've told me in it, I'm a rational thinking guy, and I can't come up with a point against you, bro. Like what you've told me, that is the case in Islam. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's 2 a.m. that I can't think of a point against you in England, but yeah, you're right, bro.
Oh,
What
man.
time is it in California? Sorry, where are you from again?
I'm from New York, so it's
Mm,
about to be 9. So it's 8:40. So yeah, that's still good.
yeah,
So yeah, and that is a reason. That is a reason. That's why. Do you know when the Quran? And do you know that I'm pretty sure you don't know this as well. Do you know when the Quran was written? When it was compiled and it created in the form of Quran? When did this
I
happen?
don't, I don't know.
It happened after 300 years when the Prophet Muhammad died.
Wait, what?
Yes, so when the Prophet Muhammad passed away, after he passed away, after 300 years later, the Quran and everything was compiled and was put in the form of a book. So that is,
So, so do you think some? I don't know, man.
I mean, it just raised the doubt on the authenticity of the Quran that has been compiled after so many years. Like, who kept the credibility? If it would have been formed in the form of a book during Prophet Muhammad time, it would be considered as, like authentic, but it was compiled after 300 years later. That's insane, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, it
Uh,
is. It
the
is.
reason why people said the Bible was corrupted is because Bible was compiled after 100 or some, I don't know how many years later when the Jesus died, right? And that's why people claim that it was corrupted. That's why Allah brought up Quran. But the Quran was also compiled 300 years later.
Yeah, I get you. I understand. That is
And you know why? You know what's the oldest Quran manuscript found recently? Do you know this?
nope.
The oldest Quran manuscript which you recently found was actually Quran Sana. You can search this. Quran Sana manuscript. And that is the oldest Quran manuscript has been found till now. And the Quran written in that and the Quran actually written in today's time are completely, some of the part are different. So the claim that is made in the Quran that the Quran is the book that can never be changed till the time of the judgment day, that concept actually failed. Because the oldest Quran we have found recently is the Quran is Sana. It's the oldest manuscript.
Was it the full Quran?
Yeah, it was a full Quran, but on
So
the
what was
different pages.
different?
Yeah.
So what was have you read the Quran?
There are many Islamic scholars who have actually read those. I have watched their videos. You could also watch these videos. Quran
Mm,
Quran Sana manuscript coding. and on YouTube. There
Yeah.
are many Islamic scholars who are actually trying to, like
Compare. Yeah.
compare the Quran, the recent Quran and that Quran, and see what are the things has been changed. So there are some of the Zabar, Nuqta, and Alif, and many of the word has been changed, which actually change the whole meaning of the entire phrases, you know. So do that. That's gonna blow your mind as well. So you could think like, hey, listen, I always read the Quran can never be changed. So how does the Quran is not matching with the oldest Quran we have found yet?
Yeah.
You know?
That is mental, bro.
And that also raises the question because the Quran was compiled 300 years later when the Prophet Muhammad died. So who had kept the credibility of the Quran? So there are so many things that, that actually raises the alarm.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, that's a long conversation. I hope you liked it. I'm very happy that you're such an open-minded person, man. Uh, I'm thankful to you, man. Thank you, Bilal. I mean, you're an amazing person, man.
Bro,
Thanks.
this was an amazing conversation, bro. I loved it, bro. I've not had a debate like this in God knows how long. God knows how long, bro. Made my day.
But I
It
just
was
have
nice.
what, yeah, go ahead.
It was nice talking to you, bro. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, man.
But
Thank
go
you
on,
so much. I just have one request. Keep researching yourself. Just do your research by yourself. And
inshallah.
that's it. You're gonna be, and if you can't understand, look for different references. If you can't understand, look for different references. And there is certain time that you will stop and you will be like, no matter which reference I look, they all are pointing me towards one thing only. And then you're gonna be like, oh shit, you know? So what kind of so that actually questions what kind of Muslim I am. So I'm kind of a Muslim that if the Quran has 10 points and six are right, I'll agree to it, and the four of them doesn't make any sense or it's not right, I'm just gonna say it out loud. And that's it,
Yeah.
you know? So that's what it is. Anyway, Bilal, thank you so much, man. Hope you have a wonderful future ahead, man, buddy. You know?
Thank you, bro. Take
Take
care,
care.
bro. Love you, man.
Love you.